Are on the scene now of breaking news along Whites Creek Pike. Police on the scene of an apparent home break-in. This is a live picture from the scene. We know at least one person was tied up. The suspects also tore through the home. No word yet if anything was taken. You can download the News Channel 5 app for updates as more information becomes available on that story. Amy?
Also breaking this morning, 3 men are on the run after shooting at a police officer during a different home invasion in North Nashville. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy live from Hermosa Street this morning. And Dan, what happened?
Yeah, pretty violent night overnight. I can tell you that 3 men forced their way into a home, Amy, with a 63-year-old woman inside hiding in the closet. And after that home invasion, they fired shots, multiple shots, at the responding police officer who parked his squad car out here on Hermosa Street. I also want to take you over here real quick and show you how they made their entry. This is the home where this 63-year-old woman lives, and this is obviously, you could tell where there's broken glass, where those 3 armed men made entry. Family members tell us they either used a rock or even fired shots possibly into that window to get inside. It all happened around midnight. That 63-year-old woman was huddled in a closet on the phone with 911 as those 3 men made entry into her home, and then the police showed up. We spoke with one of these women, this family member of this woman, who told us what exactly happened as police arrived. Listen.
She hid in the closet and called 911, and once she called 911, the police came while the suspects were here, and they came out the front door and ran through the church parking lot, and they fired shots at the police officers.
Again, they fired at the police officers, but no officer was injured in all this. This is that church parking lot she was just referencing. This is also where apparently the suspects parked their car. It's since been towed away. It's also the general direction of where all 3 ran away. They have not been seen since. Police did recover a gun nearby. They had canines out here. They had a chopper overhead circling looking for them overnight, but still no sign of these 3 suspects involved in this violent home invasion turned into a shots fired at police officers incident. Reporting live in North Nashville, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Dan, thank you. Also breaking this morning, a man is fighting for life after being hit by a car in Old Hickory. Happened just after midnight. Officers tell us a man was walking in the middle of the road when a driver hit him. A few Good Samaritans followed the suspect and called police. One person is in custody, so stay with News Channel 5 for updates. Steve?
Amy, check this out. Pretty scary stuff here. A couple shot at while driving along a side street in the Old Hickory area, and a woman in that car was hit, rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen has switched gears. She's now in that neighborhood where it happened. Alexandra, awfully scary.
Yeah, we were mentioning that side street where it happened to that random couple, and now that the sun's come up, we've been able to see some damage here. There's a bullet hole in this vehicle, another bullet hole towards the end here. One of those cars that was shot up has actually been towed away from the scene, but some people are waking up and coming outside to find all of this vandalism. Now, this all started in the 1200 block of Robinson Road last night, where police were called to find a woman had been shot. They actually drove from the area of Berry Street to Robinson Road, pulled over at the Rite Aid, and called 911. Now police officers are searching for several young suspects in a white older model Camry or a blue Honda Accord that was stolen. This all happened because the white Camry was tailing the couple, so they pulled over to let them pass. As they did that, bullets started flying in all directions from the suspect vehicle. The female passenger was shot. The couple drove to the Rite Aid again and called 911. She was rushed to the hospital and went into surgery. Then at 11:15 last night, officers were dispatched to a carjacking in the 500 block of Frida Villa in Madison. A blue Honda Accord was stolen from a person at gunpoint. The description of the suspects matched the same description as the suspects in the shooting. A Metro Police captain tells me the suspects took off in both that older model white Camry as well as the newly stolen blue Honda Accord. Again, the suspects are believed to be in their teens or early 20s. And again, now several neighbors here on Berry Street at 12th Street are waking up to find bullet holes wedged inside their vehicles. Reporting live in the Old Hickory and Hermitage area, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. And happening today, crews will be back at Cummins Falls State Park to search for that missing 73-year-old woman who was swept away in a flash flood this week. Now, authorities tell us they recovered a different body while searching yesterday. and officials aren't releasing information on that body at this time. They're still trying to determine if that person was a part of that flash flooding incident or perhaps died before that happened. And a heartbreaking update to a story we've been following all week. Crews in Bedford County say they've recovered the body of 9-year-old Drayton Sims. The little boy was playing with his 11-year-old brother in the Duck River when he was swept away July 4th. Last night, friends and family put together a small tribute to Drayton. Community members say it's important to stick together during these tough times to help the grieving family.
My heart is just broke. I just cannot imagine what the mother is going through.
Friends of Drayton Sims' family have set up a GoFundMe page for financial support. You can find more information about that on our website, newschannel5.com.
Amy, some developing news now. A mom charged with the murder of her own daughter. Marilyn Slope is accused of murder and aggravated child neglect in connection to her daughter Shirley's death. The investigation found that those two lived in Louisiana in a home with no power. Shirley, who suffers from juvenile diabetes, became unresponsive while traveling through Tennessee. She died at Vanderbilt Medical Center. Officials say Shirley became sick before the trip. They came anyway, and her mom never got her the help she desperately needed.